What's up guys, Richard Staple here, and I am going to give my thoughts on Kyrie Irving requesting a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, to anyone who is a real NBA fan, this news shouldn't come to a shock to anyone. I mean, does Kyrie Irving strike as a player who would love to play second fiddle to LeBron James? I didn't think so. Now, 3 years ago, Kyrie Irving signed an extension with the Cavaliers with the expectation that he would be the franchise player of the Cavaliers. But little did he know that the original franchise player for the Cavaliers, LeBron James, was planning a return to the Cavaliers, and all those dreams for the former #1 pick came crashing down. Now, there are multiple ways to look at this. Some believe Kyrie Irving is acting selfishly and believe that he's not being appreciative of playing with an all-time great in LeBron James, while others believe that Kyrie Irving is simply taking a gamble on himself and is out there to prove that he can lead a team as their best player. Now, neither opinion is completely wrong, but I believe in this scenario we should deal with the facts here, and history is the teller of all truth. Before LeBron James made his return to the Cavaliers in 2014, the Kyrie Irving-led Cleveland Cavaliers were consistently one of the worst teams in the NBA, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't like they were a team like the Miami Heat this past season where they just barely made the playoffs. They never came close. Kyrie Irving, being the best player on the Cleveland Cavaliers, only amounted to win totals of 21, 24, and 33. Now, yes, Kyrie Irving never had the talent that helped him to go far in this league. I mean, if you have Alonzo G and CJ Miles as your best role players, are you going to go far? Not really. And in all fairness to Kyrie Irving, he did suffer through multiple injuries that made him sat out for an extended period of time. But in spite of that, did Kyrie Irving really ever show true leadership qualities, even at a young age? We all knew that he had talent on the offensive end, we all knew that he was capable of hitting a clutch shot, and we all knew that he was capable of creating a great crossover compilation on YouTube. But, I mean, was he ever really a leader? Let's face it, he gets caught up in getting into dribbling exhibitions during games, and that consistently led to sloppy offensive possessions and forced turnovers. And he was never known for his defensive prowess as well, and that led to other point guards consistently tearing him up. Now, I can't help but find a real dose of irony in all this, and I say that because Kyrie Irving's best shooting and scoring years came playing with LeBron James. One of the reasons why Kyrie Irving wouldn't want to play with LeBron James is because he would have to sacrifice. But when you consider that his scoring improved with LeBron James, how much did he really sacrifice? Remember that 57-point outburst against San Antonio? LeBron was on the team. Remember that game where he hit 11 three-pointers against the Portland Trail Blazers? LeBron was on the team. Who vouched for Kyrie Irving to hit the game winner in Game 7 of last year's finals? LeBron James. Here's a fact that I don't think even the most passionate of Kyrie Irving supporters can deny. Without LeBron James, none of those moments would have taken place, and Kyrie Irving would have not only missed the playoffs year after year, but he most certainly would have never been an NBA champion. Now, of course, experience have made him a better player, and Kyrie Irving in 2017 is far better than Kyrie Irving in 2013. But remember, teams that have been led by him still do not fare well. When you consider the fact that Kyrie Irving's record with the Cavaliers without LeBron James and playing with Kevin Love is still well below 500, then using Kyrie Irving's supporting cast before LeBron James really isn't a good excuse. I mean, yes, Anthony Bennett and Dion Waiters in 2013, 2014 probably won't make the playoffs for anyone. But once you consider that Kyrie Irving still had the same struggles with an improved supporting cast, I think it says more about him as a player than it did about the team. Now, once you also consider that point guards such as Stephen Curry, John Wall, Chris Paul, and even Isaiah Thomas have proven that you can make the playoffs as their best player, then it really speaks to how much Kyrie Irving has been lacking in that department. But then again, that's probably why he wants to leave in the first place. He wants to prove all of those people wrong and wants to prove that he can be a true face of a franchise. Now, this goes back to what I have always thought of Kyrie Irving, and it's that you can't win with him as your best player, but rather as a supporting player. Someone with his style simply just won't get you far. I don't think you're going to get to the second round of the playoffs with Kyrie as your best player, and I certainly don't believe you'll win an NBA title with Kyrie as your best player. You only have one NBA career, and instead of living with the what ifs, you want to turn doubters into believers. So in that regard, I can't knock Kyrie Irving for wanting to leave. All of that being said, it goes without saying that Kyrie is taking a massive gamble with not only his career but himself. He's investing in his own talents, but now he'll have to prove that leaving a scenario where he was practically guaranteed to make it the finals year after year after year is going to be worth it in lieu of a shot of making the playoffs or the finals on his own. But also consider the teams that have considered trading for Kyrie: the Phoenix Suns, the Miami Heat, the New York Knicks. Can you feasibly see any of those teams giving Cleveland or Golden State a run for their money? I certainly can't see it. Now, if you were to pair him with another all-star, say like a Nikola Jokic from Denver, or maybe I don't know, you name an all-star on his level. If you pair them together, they could be potentially dangerous. But then again, we still have yet to see Kyrie Irving prove that. But I guess we'll see with his next team. But there's also another thing I want you to consider, and this goes back to who was truly more valuable on the Cavaliers. Consider that in their first playoff run with LeBron's return in 2015, LeBron took a team that hadn't even made the playoffs before, a team that was led by Kyrie Irving before, might I remind you. And they led them into LeBron James led that team to the NBA Finals and came within 2 games of upsetting the Golden State Warriors. And consider that on that team, LeBron's best teammates were Timothy Mozgov and Matthew Dellavedova, on an IV no less. And Timothy Mozgov, up to that point, was most famous for getting posterized by Blake Griffin. So, I ask you, you replace LeBron James with Kyrie Irving on that team. Do the Cavaliers even take one game in that series? People have also been saying that Kyrie Irving is simply showing a Mamba mentality, and I just couldn't help but let out a big hearty laugh. I mean, let's get real here. What did Kobe Bryant do with after Shaq and before Gasol? So I'm talking about 2004 through 2007. What did he do? Yes, he scored a lot, but at the end of the day, he either missed the playoffs altogether or was being eliminated by the Phoenix Suns in the first round year after year. And I think that is the fate that awaits Kyrie Irving. He is either going to miss the playoffs or be eliminated in the first round. That's what I think his ceiling is. Now, Kyrie Irving is an improved player, and of course we have yet to see him fully healthy and leading a team on his own, so perhaps I'm doing this off of incomplete information, but I can only go by what I see. And what I see is a talented player, but not a franchise caliber player. Now, what do all of you think of this? Do you think Kyrie Irving is making a huge mistake, or is he destined for greatness? Well, a lot of questions remain to be answered, but one thing I do know is after seeing Kyrie Irving dance along with Steph Curry, mocking LeBron James' exercise routine, I cannot wait for a LeBron James-Kyrie Irving matchup on Christmas Day, and I know all of you do too. So until next time, folks, I'm out. I'm the man. Well, you can tell